Consistency beats talent every time. Now let me explain why. Talent might open the door, but consistency keeps you in the room. It's not about being the most gifted. It's about showing up when others quit. Consistency builds power. Talent can give you a head start, but consistent effort can turn good into great and potential into power. Talent can give you a head start at the very beginning because, let's be honest, being naturally gifted is very powerful. Don't get me wrong, it's great being naturally gifted and naturally talented, but that can only get you so far in life, you know what I'm saying? If you're not willing to put the effort in with your talent, you're not going to get anywhere. Because I know plenty of people who can dance, sing, and do all that. But are they putting their talent to use? Are they staying consistent at it? Are they trying to grow at it? Not really, so they're not going to grow in life. You know what I'm saying? Consistency over talent. Because, hey, I'd rather take the person who can't sing, right? And they practice and practice and practice and keep trying than the person who has the talent but slacks off. Showing up non-stop, no matter the situation, has to be one of the greatest things a human or a person on this planet can do. I'm so serious, because showing up and never quitting at something is harder than it seems. Well, for some people it comes easy. People like me, I don't give up. But it's harder than it seems, because there's gonna be those days when you're showing up non-stop. It is always gonna be those days that you feel like quitting, that you feel like I'm not getting nowhere, but you keep showing up. And then you realize, once you keep showing up over time, you start to really notice that I'm changing something. Something starts to change. I'm getting better. I'm getting greater. I'm understanding more. Showing up is so powerful. And this reality is one of the only things to guarantee your success in life. Literally, it's one of the only things that can guarantee that you become successful, because you don't know how to quit. And my favorite part about consistency is building mastery. If you don't know what that means, I'm about to break it down. Building mastery is when you max out your stats, and that, let's say you're like a YouTuber and you started off with 0 views, you kept showing up, and now you have 1 million views, 1 million subscribers and all that. You done maxed out your stats from 0 to 100. You know what I'm saying? Have you ever seen Solo Leveling? Sun Jin Woo was E-rank hunter, now he's S-rank. You know what I'm saying? It's kind of like that. Once you max out your stats, you completed most of the goals you're reaching. But hey, you have no limitations. Consistency creates momentum. When you show up every day, even in small ways, you build habits that push you forward long after your motivation fades. There is going to be those days where you do not feel like showing up. And that's where it's good to have momentum. You have to show up even when you don't want to, no matter what. Because 9 times out of 10, if you don't show up, you're going to quit. And quitting means you don't get to complete the goal that you set. So show up non-stop, no matter how bad it gets, and then you're guaranteed to win. Yeah, it's going to suck. It is going to suck when you don't see results. It is going to suck when you're tired. It is going to suck when you don't feel like posting. But if that can stop you, you don't really want it in the first place. You have to be consistent. If you don't really want the outcome. You don't really want the goal that you said you want. It's great to have talent, but it's only great to have talent if you're going to be consistent with it, you know what I'm saying? Because anybody can have a talent, but are you going to use it are you going to use it? Are you going to do anything with it? It's really great that you have a talent, but if you're not going to use it and stay consistent with it. If you're not going to use it to grow, there's no point. Because you can start from scratch and pass a person who has talent just because you showed up every day, just because you never quit, just because you never stopped. So the question is really, what is the point of having talent if you're not going to use it? Hey, consistency over talent. This may just be my opinion, but for real, I think staying consistent is kind of a talent of its own. You know how many people can actually stay consistent? It makes me wonder that it may be a talent. Right now, we're just walking around Kroger, about to use the bathroom. Yeah. Consistency outlasts talent. The world doesn't reward those who start fast, but it rewards those who show up, who keep going step by step every day. Because that is just how success is built, by putting in maximum effort. I love being consistent because I see a lot of progress. Seeing progress makes me feel good. It makes everybody feel good. Stay consistent, you know what I'm saying? Always be consistent. So don't chase perfection, chase consistency. Because in the end, discipline can take you places that talent never could. Steady progress. Consistency turns small efforts into big results. Even tiny actions repeated over time compound into massive growth. Whether it is learning a skill, improving fitness, or building a business. Consistency also builds discipline and confidence. When you stick to your commitments, you prove to yourself that you can be trusted. That self-trust builds confidence and inner strength, the kind that doesn't depend on motivation. Once you build consistent habits, things start to feel easier and momentum starts to take over. If you stop forcing progress and you start flowing with it, success becomes a natural outcome, not a constant struggle. Consistency also earns you respect. People notice when you show up consistent every time with no excuses. And it also builds your reputation as somebody reliable and dependable. Stay consistent. And guys, that is all for this video. Consistency over talent. Make sure you drop a like, comment, and a follow, and see you next video. Let's go.